What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Just let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay, because quite often the technology is a little bit troublesome. So I've got the chat up here, and we're here today to celebrate the birthday of somebody very special, and that is the one and only Adolf Saxophone, Adolf Sax. So, hello to Robert Palmer from Los Angeles, Dennis Cristiano II from Rochester, New York, Richard's calling from Iceland, awesome, and we have the one and only Chicago Teresa, how you doing? Maud, Verlaine, Keith, Gary, Rob, loads of people, loads of Inner Circle people here, thank you very much for joining. Loud and clear. All right, you're all receiving me loud and clear. That is pretty awesome. So here's what's going to happen today. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to celebrate saxophone. I'm going to play a bit of saxophone. I'm then going to mug myself by playing the greatest saxophone players that I enjoy listening to. We're going to share in the enthusiastic love of this instrument. That's what we're going to do today. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this really cool event I've got coming up in January as well. Some of you are probably already on it. And what else we got? I tried to sort out a quiz, but I decided I couldn't sort out a quiz in time. So I'm going to do Spot the Sax Player. I'm going to do a fun game of Spot the Sax Player. I'm going to dip in and out of some sax players, and you're going to put in the chat who you think it is. So that's going to be what we're going to do today. Right. Seeing as you can all hear me loud and clear, let's start off with a little bit of playing, shall we? I've got three things lined up here. Why don't we try this one? I'm going to play on Green Dolphin Street for you. I'm going to have a go anyway. And we'll see how it goes. Let me turn my speakers off. Let me turn my headphones up. And see if by the wonders of modern technology we can get this bad boy going. This backing track is from Jay Metcalf's Better Tracks, so I hope you enjoy it. And here we go, and there's a little bit of a funny arrangement of this one. I think it's like the Miles kind of changes for Green Dolphin Street. I haven't really warmed up today, so just bear with me, and welcome to the show. We're going to have a fun time. Right, I'm going to switch my mic over. Let's go. Could you hear that all right? Let me know in the chat if what the sax was like. Woo! Flipping hell. I'm gassed. Right. Should we move on with the first segment then? Right. Well, let's score it off as I go. That's me playing. Let's move on to the first of the 10 saxophone players which I have picked out. They're not the best 10 or anything like that. They're just 10 sax players in modern history, relatively modern, which I really love and we're going to celebrate. Let me just take a drink because I'm gassed after that. Right. I'll try and answer some questions as I go in the chat, even though we're going to have a proper Q&A. Yes, I do play soprano sax. That is... who's asking that one? That was TJ. I do play soprano sax and quite often play on these things actually. Right, Mark Smith is asking, so the question that I always ask my guests in this circle, what's going through my head? So if I add that one, is that going to show up? Ooh, cool. That looks wicked. What's going through my head when I'm playing there? Well, that's a really good question. This is exactly what I ask other people. Now I can't answer it myself. A mixture of changes, trying to come up with ideas, listening to the band a bit, trying to be imaginative, just seeing where the ideas flow. But I am thinking about the chords and the harmony as well, but it's probably just a little bit more ingrained than some people who are improving on saxophone, if you know what I mean. So yeah, great question. Thank you very much for that. Right, Keith is saying the mic's really nice. I am using a Sennheiser microphone that looks like that. I think it's Sennheiser MD441 dynamic microphone. I've got a little, woolly sock thing to go on it. And I've got some shenanigans going on behind the scenes to trying to get the balance and the thing in sync and all that. Right, backing track was a bit quiet. Okay, I'll try turning out the backing track the next time. Specs on my mouthpiece, Shelly. I've got a vintage Otolink, Florida Otolink they're called. Florida period Otolink 8. It's probably more like an 8-star actually. I'm using Nexus 3.5 reeds, and I've got a Selma Mark 6 tenor sax and a 414 Selma ligature. I actually really like my my Rovner Versa ligature, but I think that one looks cooler. All right. Okay. Right. Let's move on to our first saxophone player for the day. So these aren't, I'm going to miss out loads of sax players that you want to see. And I've just thrown in 10 that I really like. Okay, that's what I've done. So let me just get rid of that. Okay, so the first saxophone player that we are going to celebrate for National Saxophone Day is, anyone know who that is? Put it in the chat. I know that there's about a 30-second delay to me. So if it comes up in 30 seconds time, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That is the one and only Coleman Hawkins, of course. So I'm starting with 3. In fact, I might do these 3 in one batch. I'm starting with the 3 kind of the trifecta of OG saxophone players who really set the stage for everybody else. The first of which was Coleman Hawkins. And I'm going to play you his most famous piece, which is Body and Soul from 1939, which was an unexpected big hit at the time. Well done, Dale. Richard, you jumped the gun on your answer, but you are close. So let's have a little listen to Body and Soul from 1939. So now he's kind of only played the head a little bit and he's right off into his improv, which is the whole famous thing about this recording. So it's very kind of arpeggios based, this. I'm going to transcribe this in. I might do it as a featured solo in the inner circle. Oh, I love that bit. It's pretty out, really. Absolutely awesome. So that was Body and Soul from 1939, the one and only Coleman Hawkins, who's the father of this sort of beefy, juicy, rich, fat kind of sound of saxophone. And another person who was slightly later, but not much later than Coleman Hawkins, was my next choice. Anybody know who this is? This is actually him in 1959, so it's quite hard. But this is Ben Webster. And I've chosen to play something that he did with Duke Ellington in 1940, because he used to play in the Duke Ellington band. And I've loved this solo. I used to play at the Vortex in London with Michael Garrick's big band, and we would play this transcription. It's Duke Ellington's tune Cottontail. And he takes the first solo. Mind you, the head is so... I was going to actually just go straight in with the Ben Webster solo, the 1940 Ben Webster solo. But I think we should have the head as well, because the head is so burning. Whoop! Four bar last day. Let's go. So swinging. Oh, great shake. Oh, so good, right? So good. You hear that great shake he did in the middle on the B flat? So what you actually do is you finger a bass key B flat, and you put down your first, second, third fingers in your right hand and your E flat key, and then you just drop your jaw like absolute mad, and you get the sort of the note, and then this kind of harmonic. It's not really harmonic, it's just a different overtone beneath it. So that's how you do that great shake and B flat. So you're learning something today as well, right? But you do need a very flexible jaw to do it. So that's the one and only Ben Webster. And if you're in the inner circle, we are doing a Ben Webster solo at the moment, which is absolutely awesome. His solo on Rosita, which is a nice link because there's an album with Coleman Hawkins and Ben Webster later in their careers called Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster, which is just sensational. It's such a good album. So go and check out Go and check out Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster. Okay, we'll do one more because this one ties in. Because my next favourite player just come up in the chat is Lester Young. So nice one, Izzy. What's that? Izzy 100,009. So the third kind of old school pillar of saxophone is Lester Young Prez. And because we had Ben Webster with Duke Ellington, I thought we'd have Lester Young with Count Basie, which is where he started. This is Jumping at the Woodside from 1939. He's got a very well-known solo at Jumping in the Woodside, which is absolutely sick. Check it out. Oh, this bit. It's so good, isn't it? What note is that? I think that recording's a little bit out of tune because I think it's in B flat. So he does a thing here. Might as well do like little lessons as we go along, right? He does that thing at the end with playing the middle D and E flat with the side keys, which is something that you can do, which a lot of people from this generation do, and actually I do a lot as well, and many players do. Probably slightly more tenor players than alto players, but instead of playing that middle D like the normal fingering because it's quite stuffy, you can just play like a palm key D, but with no octave key. And especially if you're going through the register to that D, it sounds more like the notes beneath it without that kind of stuffy different sound. And by the same token, you can, on your normal D fingering, you can vent it with that side D as well, which gives it a fatter, kind of slightly brighter sound. So you get that in a lot of old school players, that venting middle D, E flat thing. So there you go. You just learned something else now. Okay. I think we'll just stick with those three for the moment, and then we'll do another batch in a minute. Why don't we do? Let me see if there's any questions in the chat first of all. Antoinette saying she was born in the wrong era. I know what you mean. Izzy's asking for Lady Be Good. Yeah, that's a classic Lester Young. Shelley saying tenor players have so much diversity. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, if you take Lester Young, yeah, you're right. It's such a good point. Right. Let's move on to, how about a quick on our sort of celebration of saxophone tonight? How about a quick round of, see if you can name the player, okay? I'm going to play something. That one's a bit obvious, actually. Let's start with an easy one and get warmed up, okay? I'll keep playing it until somebody puts it in the chat and you can tell me who the saxophonist is. Bit of an easy one. See who gets it first. Anybody? Coltrane. Well done. Kristoffer was just there. Right. Let's do another one. I'm going to do this one. Let me kind of skip the head so I don't give you too many clues. This is a less obvious one, okay? slightly less off the beaten path, this player. Careless whisper. Here we got Cannonball. No, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Dave got it right. It's Lou Donaldson. Well done. And that is Blues Walk. You probably know. Oh, sorry. Actually, my bad. Kristoffer, you got it first in the chat. Sorry about that, mate. Right. Should we do? Let's do one more. There was some good suggestions there. A lot of people putting tenor players down there when it was an alto player, but you know, whatever. Okay, let's do one more, and then maybe I'll play a little bit more. What we got? It's hard. I want to try and get the player, but without the head, if you know what I mean. All right. Who should we go for? All right, let's do this one. Ready? It's a bit easy as well, actually, isn't it? My money's on Kristoffer. Yes, Dexter. We call that one that he just played at the end there, I've been to the Guildhall. Because when I went to the Guildhall, that's one of the licks we learned. All right, yeah, nice one. Dexter Gordon, loads of people got that one. Yeah, Kristoffer is insane. I think we should literally do one that Kristoffer... Let's try and catch out Kristoffer, shall we? All right, I know what we'll do. You definitely won't get this one. Hang on. Oh, probably means there's no sax solo in that one. All right, let's try Kristoffer on this one. This is good because it's not a typical version of this player, so I'll be impressed if anyone gets this. Any guesses? Oh yes! Lynn and Ted, Hank Mobley, well done. I thought I could catch everyone out because it's not a typical sort of version of Hank Mobley. All right, that was fun. Actually, before we go any further, let me tell you about something, because I must tell you how excited I am to do this live event in January, the first weekend. Yeah, Kristoffer, we got you, mate. It does sound a bit sunny-ish. Jim said sunny. They're all good guesses there. But yeah, that was Hank Mobley, sounding very kind of different. All right. So yeah, I'm doing this event. It's the first time I've ever done a live event. So, you know, getting sax together kind of happened as a product of COVID predominantly. Everyone was at home. Everyone wanted to learn saxophone. And there I was making courses and it all kicked off. It was awesome. But then since then, the world has gone back to normal. And probably everybody wants a bit of face-to-face time. So the first weekend of next year in 2025... you can find out more information on the link in the chat that Lucy's just posted. We are going to the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, which is an incredible venue. And I'm hosting, and the team are all going to be there for the Saxophone Success Formula Live. So the tagline of this, as you can see there, is reimagine your sax together. And this is what the weekend is all about. We are going to reimagine your sax together. So we're going to build it from the ground up. Now, I haven't given quite as many details as this before, so this is a world exclusive. We're going to start off with the basics like your mindset, your breathing. Then we're going to work through, there's a quartet gig that I'm going to do. So you're going to enjoy that. Well, I hope you're going to enjoy it. We're going to work through embouchure. We're going to work through your voicing, your articulation. We're going to work through your basic technique and how you get really fast at saxophone. We're going to work on your skills of playing in an ensemble. We're going to work on your improvising. It's so good, isn't it? There'll be a jam session where you can play with a band. There will be stuff on phrasing. Basically, it's like all the best bits of all my courses in one thing, taught live by me. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I can see a few people are already going, and I know that a few people want to go but can't. But if you're thinking about it and you're on the fence, the link is in the description for this video. We would absolutely love to see you there. It's going to be so epic. There's even going to be, I'll come back to this. There's even going to be a segment where together we work out a personalized practice plan for you. So as you go forward from 2025, you'll be able to embed all the lessons that you learn on the weekend and transform your 2025 into the best one you've ever had. It's going to be sick as you like. So if you feel like joining us, which I very much hope you do, please use the link in the description, because some of the tickets are selling out fast. There's a limited number of tickets. Where about 2/3 or maybe just over 2/3 sold. So there's only a third of the tickets left. We've also got a cool deal with a hotel right opposite the venue. We don't make any money on the hotel, but we give you a special link and you can book your discounted accommodation there. That's where I'm going to be. 24-hour bar, mate. 24-hour bar. Yeah! Anyway, that's the Saxophone Success Formula Live, my first ever live event. So I really hope to see you there. My gosh, instead of seeing people in the chat or on Zoom calls in Unicircle, I'm actually going to see people. It is ridiculously excited. The itinerary of the weekend, David. Well, I just told you all the stuff that's going to be in there. We start you can register on Friday between 4 and 6. We go through to about 10 or 11 each night, and we finish on sort of mid-afternoon on Sunday. Okay? Right. That's all that taken care of then. How about, shall I play something? Yeah, Teresa wanted to go. I thought you were going to come, man. I thought you were going to come from Chicago. Dope. I'll try and do it in America one day. Right, let me play someone else, eh? Let's do that. I've got another one here, which is a song which is made famous by two very famous and fantastic hard bop saxophonists, the two Sonnies, Sonny Rollins and Sonny Stitt. In fact, I normally got, Sunny Side Up. You can see the red cover next to Go. That is a Dizzy Gillespie album, Sunny Side Up. And I'm going to play something from that album, which is called On the Sunny Side of the Street. So I'm going to play the head the way that they play it. Let's see how we get on with this one. All right, let me switch my mic over. It's always such a faff-a-thon, you know? Such a faff-a-thon. All right, here we go. I don't know what the intro is. We'll soon see. I'm going to busk it for you. Oh, I don't know. It's hard switching modes on these things. Right. So that was on the sunny side of the street. Can't get my words out. Okay, cool. So what we got? Stop giggling, Jamie, and get on with it. How about we move on to a couple more of our saxophone legends, seeing as this is National Saxophone Day party. Okay, here we go. Who did we have last? Okay, well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it, who's next? It's pretty obvious who's next. And, you know, so many different things I could play. But the thing that I like Charlie Parker playing the most is his solo on Coco, on Cherokee, basically. So let's have a bit of Bird. Arguably one of the greatest ever saxophonists to grace the planet. Here we go. Whoop, whoop. Go. How does he articulate like that? Insane. Woo. backdoor 2/5. All right, chorus 2, let's go. Second A. That phrase. My favourite phrase of all time. Oh. Oh my God, Charlie Parker. Wow, 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 wow. They say if you can sing it, you can play it. How do you sing this, Dave is asking. Well. No, I'm not playing alto denominator, thank you very much. I'm not being lured into that game. So that was Charlie Parker, Coco from 1945, just on the back of the recording ban, which was lifted at that time. And people went into the studio and suddenly there's Charlie Parker like an absolute demon in his fully fledged form. Right, next, of course, another titan of saxophone. My guy, the only existing person from Art Kane's 1958 Great Day in Harlem photo, now that R.I.P. Benny Golson. The one and only Sonny Rollins, of course, Sonny Rollins. Wow, what can you say about Sonny Rollins? Well, I'll tell you what I can say about Sonny Rollins. I love him so much, I named my son after him. That's how much I love him. All right. And I didn't know what to play, so I just chose Strode Road from 1956 because it's awesome. My God, that sound. His tone's just like a slab. That time feel. It is buttery. Battle. It's so sick. Mate, I could just listen to that all night. In fact, I used to listen to it all night. Right, let's do one more and then we'll have a bit of a name the sax player round. So that was the one and only Sonny Rollins. By the way, there's just so many omissions. I've only chosen 10, so, don't get on the red pens in the chat about, what about Paul Desmond, for example? Okay, John Coltrane. My absolute hero who revolutionized the instrument, taking it to levels unforeseen prior to him playing. That was good English. I mean, there's so many things I could play, but I just chose something which is my favorite album of all time. And I'm pretty sure you know what it is. Terry named his dog Sonny. Yeah. Do you know what? Wayne Shorter was on the list, and Wayne Shorter is not on the list, but obviously Wayne Shorter is just such a hero of mine. Okay, anyway, back to Coltrane. Taking it out, taking it back. Out, back, out, out. Holding pattern. Oh man. I swear to God, I'm never the same person after listening to Love Supreme. Any of it. I'm never the same person again. And I've listened to it so many times. In fact, when I was younger, I could play the entire album from memory. That's how much I was into it. All right, so that's Train. Cheesy peeps, right? Insane. Right, we've still got a few left over. I'm actually going to do one more, just because I've got one more jazzy one. Jazzy. And you know who that is, right? Mr. Julian Cannonball Adderley in the house. Another absolute hero of mine and everybody else's. So let's hear a bit of Cannonball, and then we'll do a guest the sax player. And I've forgotten what cool features I was going to do for the live. I'm going to play something else at the end, but let's check out a bit of Cannonball, because we're here to celebrate, in case you didn't know, Kristoff's hero. We're here to celebrate Adolf Sax and National Saxophone Day. He was born on this day in 18... I think he copyrighted, patented the sax in 1844, so probably... Anybody know when Adolf Sax was born? Maybe 20, 25 years before that. I don't know. Okay, that's what we're here to do. And who better to celebrate the saxophone with than Cannonball Adderley? This is Work Song. I can't remember what year it is. It's from that Best on Capitol compilation. It's a live version of Work Song. Woo! So swinging. Oh, yeah. Has anyone ever heard Cannonball stumble and play something dumb? Oh. How'd you get that sound with like a 3 or 4 tip opening or whatever he plays? It's insane. Oh, that articulation. Has anybody ever heard anything more swinging than that? Check this out. Burning. Mayor 5, yeah. Number 2 reads. That's absolutely sick. Oh, Cannonball, you're the greatest. They're all the greatest. All right, let's have a quick round of guess the sax player. If anyone's got any questions, I will have a little Q&A section. Just having such a good time with like running out of time already. But okay, let's get. Oh, right. Let's try this. This should be interesting. All right. See who can guess this saxophone player. This is actually somebody who's instantly recognizable. Actually on bass clarinet. He sounds exactly the same bass clarinet as he does on alto. You're all going to get that one. Right. Ericffy. Is that right? How about this? You all must know this person. Yep. Well done, Jürgen. Dale, got it. Ericffy. Anybody get this one? Miles Davis. Well, he played with Miles Davis, certainly. Not George Coleman. Anybody? No? Or is it just, it's just the delay, isn't it? I bet you all do know. It's going to come through in a minute. I won't spoil you. I'll wait for the first person when it comes up in my chat to give them some props. Who else we got? Let's do one more Guess the Player. And then we'll move on to some of our heroes. Wayne Shorter, thank you very much. That was Paul Family. Well done. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. Anybody? Anyone a fan of Ernie Watts? I'm definitely a fan of Ernie Watts. He was a guest in our Inner Circle membership, in fact. Okay, listen. This is going to be the same player, different tune, okay? More obvious who it is. Joe Henderson, yeah? Kristoffer's on it. Classic tone, Joe Henderson. Nice. All right. Let's move on to another one of our heroes. How cool is it just like hanging around listening to incredible saxophone players to celebrate National Saxophone Day? Okay, next person. How can we have a Jamie live talking about saxophone players he loves without this person, who sadly we lost way too young. Anyway, let's have a bit of Michael Brecker, shall we? Let me tell you a little story about this song, which is called Teabag. When I was younger, a teenager, somebody gave me a tape of Smoking in the Pit, which is a Steps Ahead album with Brecker on it, and it just completely and utterly changed my life. When I listened to this, something happened in me, and I don't even know what. But my word, my life was never the same again after hearing solos like this. Check out the solo in Teabag. I went in a little bit. I missed out the kind of first bit. Steve Gadd on drums. Don Grolnick on piano. It was James Taylor's piano player for a long time, but he's an incredible jazz player. Mike Manieri on vibes. Eddie Gomez on bass. Thanks very much, Gunther. Appreciate you, man. so sick. Wait till Gav gets on that in a minute. Oh my god! What's the point in even trying when you've got that? All right. Next one, we're going to change track a little bit. Another person who we lost way too early. My God, like, why do all these sax players keep dying too young? It's tragic. The one and only David Sanborn, completely different style. Actually, there is a tie in there, isn't there? Because Dave Sanborn was in the original Brecker Brothers 3-horn lineup. So nice little overlap there with Michael Brecker. But now we're in a more kind of poppy commercial style. It's the 80s. Get your hair permed. Let's get some, you know, pastel attire on. Let's roll up those jacket sleeves, shall we? Let's go. It's 1982. This is Over and Over. Marcus Miller, of course. Oh, he's the master of those split tones, man. It's so good. Do you know what? You know when you one of the times that you realise how wicked people are is when you try and do it yourself, and you're like, oh yeah, you know, blues scale, funky blues scale, I've got this. And then you listen to yourself, then you listen to Sanborn, and you're like, oh, for goodness sake, this guy. So one more. I've got one more. The 10th one is a more modern player. And, oh, I mean, the list of honorary mentions that I could have put on this list is absolutely insane. You know, Chris Potter, Branford, Levana, I mean, just so many ridiculous players. But one that I love is Kenny Garrett. And I know that Carlos might be here. He's a big Kenny Garrett fan as well. So let's hear a little bit of Kenny Garrett. Obviously, he does all that really cool, melodic, kind of funky stuff. But I thought I'd play something a little bit more burning because that's the way I roll. So this is 2 Down and 1 Across, his solo from his songbook album, 1997. Oh, that sound. Yeah. By the way, get your questions ready because I'm going to go to Q&A after this. Bit more Kenny Garrett first though. Absolutely killer. Woo! Absolutely, Shirley, that is fire. Oh, it's so waspy. Oh, how can I cut that piano solo off? It's so good as well. Oh, wow. Kenny Garrett. Seriously, but if you're into Kenny Garrett, it's almost impossible to avoid, sounding like him, because he's got such a strong, distinctive sound. In fact, we had Patrick Bartley on in the Inner Circle, and he said he eventually just had to ration himself from listening to Kenny Garrett because he was sounding too much like him. Okay, wicked. That's the 10. It's just been a celebration of saxophone tonight, really. That's all we're doing here. Quick reminder before I move on to the Q&A, in case you're new to the stream. Another way of celebrating saxophone is with the Saxophone Success Formula Live. First weekend in January, which is going to be a super depressing weekend if you're not hanging out with me learning how to play your saxophone. So links in the description, go and check it out. All right, let's guess one more sax player. And then let's do somebody different this time. Ooh, this would be interesting. See if anybody can get something. Then I'll take a few questions, play one more song, and then we're done. Oh, I know. I'm going to search for the 101 actually. So bear with me. Okay. So I know the one I want to play. Go to the album. Okay. See if you know who this is. I gave the head away. This is a tricky one. You'd probably have to know the album, but... Or you might know this sax player but from a completely different, slightly more fjordy context. Alright, I'll give you another blast of who it is in case you don't know. Kenny G, nope. Anybody? Okay, nobody chipped in with that one. This is Jan Garbarek, man, from the Keith Jarrett album Belonging. Jan Gambrell seems pretty close. Oh, Kristoffer got it wrong. What the fruit? Kristoffer, you are losing your touch. Jan Garbarek. Check out that album Belonging by Keith Jarrett. Oh, that is absolutely epic. All right, so let's take a few questions if anyone's got any. All right. Anyone got any questions? Otherwise, I'll just play a song and hit it and quit it. I'll give you a few seconds because I know there's a bit of a delay. I haven't actually practiced the third song I'm gonna play, but hopefully it'll go okay. Yeah, that sax was absolutely screaming. I totally agree. So I thought I heard Keith Jarrett's piano. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's his European quartet, isn't it? It's an absolutely fantastic album. 1974. Fantastic year, 1974. What a fantastic year. Best year ever. In fact, come to think of it, 1974 was 2 days away from 50 years ago. So somebody around here is going to be 50 in 2 days. So great year, 1974. Right. All right. Well, I'm just going to play something. If no questions have come up, I'm glad that you are all fantastic. Okay, there is one quick question here. Do you prefer playing in the morning or in the evening? Yeah, or the afternoon for that matter. I don't mind. You know, when I was an itinerant jazz musician, probably I wouldn't play very much in the morning, but since being that family man, I'm happy playing in the morning. Kerry is asking, worried about flying with any of my horns? Yeah, soprano will work totally fine if you're coming to the event. And by the way, talking of the event, we've got people coming from all over the world. There are people coming from Sweden, Belgium. We've got somebody even coming from the States, from Texas. So it's going to be a really international affair. So yeah, definitely your soprano will be fine. Right, Roland, who's in the inner circle, is asking, do you mix playing an alto and tenor? I mean, I do now, but you know, if I'm practicing loads, I'll just practice on one horn. Happy half a century. Thank you very much, Jose. Yeah, I do now, but you know, for a big chunk of my life when I was trying to get good, I didn't really play alto at all. So, good question. All right, I'm going to play one more song for you. It's a more funky one. You'll know it. You know, it's a jam session classic. Thanks very much, Jerome. I have never played to this backing track, so may the force be with me. You're now going to hear me try and jam along to something I've never heard before. I mean, you'll know the song. And here we go. Have fun. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, my reed's too soft for that extreme altissimo, I'm afraid. Right, well, I think we've all had about enough, haven't we? It's it's always a bit duff when I play after 10 of the greatest saxophone players of all time, but that was fun. And guess what? That's what it's all about. We're having a party to celebrate National Saxophone Day. And the one thing that we've all got in common is we all love saxophone. We all love playing, and it doesn't matter how good you are, because do you know what? The world is just a better place when we play our instruments and enjoy ourselves. And that's what it's all about. What the world needs now is love and saxophone. So thanks very much for having me. One more time, remember to go and check out the link in the description. And I would invite you to come and join us for the Saxophone Success Formula Live. Let's have a round of applause for Adolf Sax for inventing saxophone. Good for you. And, a little clap at the end. And thank you all very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I've had a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing you on YouTube, or if you're in the inner circle, I'll see you there. Or if you've bought your ticket, I'll see you face to face in January. It's been awesome. Thanks very much. Practice hard, practice smart, and enjoy your music, guys. I played the wrong music. Okay, I am out of here. Thanks very much for joining me. Have a great night wherever you are in the world. Take it easy, guys.